Hey guys, so I guess I'm trying this whole video thing out. A lot of you guys have been asking me for updates, and it's just a lot easier, I think, to just go ahead and talk to my phone instead of writing it all out sometimes. So I figure go ahead and give it a try. It's a little noisy out here because the dogs are in the background, and it's hard to get some privacy because, you know, everyone feels like they should be watching me at all times, which I understand. So I guess let's see what updates are. A couple weeks ago I completed 3A, so that's pretty good. Every round consists of 2 segments, so an A round and a B round is 1. So I've completed 3A, and next Tuesday I go do 3B, which is inpatient, 4 days of inpatient chemo. 3B, well, the B rounds are usually a lot harder in the sense that I'm connected the whole time I'm there, and afterwards, I feel like shit, pretty much. It's definitely the medicine that they give you, or the chemicals and the shit that they put in you, definitely kick your ass afterwards. It's not so much while you're there, because while I'm there, I'm on steroids and I feel okay. But with everything that's going on, I can honestly say that today's a good day. I've been feeling better. As time goes on, obviously you feel a little bit more worn down, which I have been. I try to put on a strong attitude, and I'm positive, but it definitely wears on you. Some days I'll wake up and I have tons of energy and I want to go do a million things, and then other days I can't get my head off the pillow and it feels like someone crushed all my bones, which, you know, I guess is chemo. You know, this is all just as new to me as anything. Like I tell people, before August 5th happened, which was when I was diagnosed, the worst I had ever experienced was a cold or bronchitis, and my life consisted of working and going and working out and hanging out with friends, and now it's, you know, dealing with this thing that is trying to kill me. And I mean, it's crazy to think that, you know, something in your body is literally just trying to kill you or whatever. I try not to think about it because, you know, it's hard to think about survival rates and doctors and all these things, and the process that I'll have to go through, and that this is my life now. But, you know, I'm learning to enjoy life in the sense that now everything is a day at a time, and I don't take things for granted. I'm really enjoying, you know, now when I hang out with certain people and I do certain things, because I'm just like, you know, this might be it, or let me just enjoy it for what it is right now, because I don't know if it'll be something that I'll get to do again or whatever. Not to sound super, you know, in my head, but I don't know. It's not that I didn't appreciate life before, it's that now I kind of understand that it should be taken a lot more not serious, but that I should appreciate everything and all the people that are in my life, and the people that choose to be in my life, and the things that I get to experience are special. And I'm just trying to make memories and enjoy my life as much as possible. Let's see what else is going on. So I am doing bone marrow transplant. For a lot of you, you think you don't really know that the process for a.l.l, which is what I have, is that they recommend that you do a bone marrow transplant, regardless if you are in remission or not. I currently am in remission, but the thing is that with a.l.l, the reoccurrence rate of you relapsing is pretty high. And so they recommend a bone marrow transplant to give you better chances of having a less occurrence or relapse. So if I weren't to have the bone marrow transplant, the chance of a.l.l, of relapsing or reoccurring, would be about, I think they said the chance of it coming back would be about, I don't know, 70%, 60%. It really, from the research that I've done and the people that I've talked to, it does come back. With stem cell transplant, what it does is that it gives you a little bit better of a chance. So the chance of it coming back would be, I don't know, 25, 30, 35%. At the end of the day, everybody, it varies. I mean, I would like to say it's not luck, but from what I've seen, some people get a.l.l and they go into remission, or they have bone marrow transplant, and that's it. the lead singer from Jack's Mannequin literally got ALL, had bone marrow transplant from his sister, and he's 11 years in. I have talked to another person that's 6 years in, 5 years in. They had bone marrow transplant, and that was it, no problem. And then I've talked to other people with ALL who literally have relapsed after having bone marrow transplant within a couple months, and they're on their second and third relapse. From what I know or what I've experienced, a lot of people that have ALL on the leukemia spectrum, which is, from what I could see, a lot stronger and a lot harder to deal with, they do relapse, and it seems like a lot harder of a cancer, I guess you would say. Not a cancer, but what they deal with is a lot of fevers and a lot more issues than I've experienced. Mine is more on the lymphoma spectrum. I've yet to ever get a fever. I've never thrown up or been sick. It's mostly just joint pain. My shoulder hurts where I do have my lymphoma. So I've been very lucky in the sense that my leukemia was about 1%. My bone marrow was clear, I think. It was just the lymphoma that is what I'm dealing with. That's kind of that. I don't want to just blabber on, but with the bone marrow transplant, from what I do know is it's scary. A lot of people want to avoid bone marrow transplant because there are a lot of things that can happen with it. You can essentially die from it. Your body can completely reject the bone marrow transplant. In my case, we did test my brother and he wasn't a match, so we went through the registry, and luckily there were more than a couple of matches for me. So what we will do, hi Rocky, my dog is licking me right now. What will happen is, after next round, I think that I am going to do bone marrow transplant, which means I would have to do 30 days inpatient, quarantined, and live locally for a couple of months, which is something that I am really dreading. So hopefully you guys can just, encourage me while I'm going through that process, and continue to reach out to me and support me, because the first round had to stay inpatient for 2 weeks, and I went crazy. I don't know how I did it. Now I will have to endure those 30 days, maybe hopefully less, and hopefully my body won't reject the bone marrow transplant, and I'll be able to come out of this thing with, minimal sickness or drama or anything. I've talked to some people that had bone marrow transplant, and they told me within a week they were fine. And I've talked to other people who've had lifelong issues, and people that, have passed away because of the issues that they've had of their body rejecting the bone marrow transplant. A lot of people do pass away from those issues, lung issues, graft versus host disease, all kinds of things. It's very scary. Essentially, I'm taking someone's immune system and I'm putting it in my body, and I'm hoping that my body accepts it. So, it's a big thing. These are all the things I'm thinking about. I just wanted to share kind of what's going on in my brain. I know it's a lot of information, but it does feel good to just go ahead and talk about it, because sometimes I feel like I try to write, and because I'm a chemo brain, I can't explain things, or I start to write about it and I just forget what I'm talking about. So as you can see, my eyes are kind of watering a little bit because I have no eyelashes. So one thing that I've learned is that if it's a little bit windy, I literally, my eyes start watering, because you don't realize how much eyelashes kind of pretty much protect your eyes. I have no eyebrows, so these are fully drawn on, and no hair. But I mean, those are side effects. Hair will grow back. I would say overall, emotionally, I've been in a good place. I've been trying to just focus on spending time with my family and with the people that have shown me that they want to be in my life and support me and be positive in my life. It's been tough. I never thought 5 months ago or 6 months ago that I would say I'm someone with cancer. You just never think it's going to be you, especially when it's not something that's run in your family. And I was doing so well in the gym and everything, and I was just so happy and focused on so many things, and the next thing you know, this thing just hits you and it just wrecks you, But I think that through the whole process, the best thing that's happened is that I've stayed positive, and I've really just been trying to mentally stay strong, because I've seen so much and I've heard so much that if you don't, this thing will just eat away at you and, you know, completely just kick your ass. So I would like to say thank you to everyone that supported me and sent me messages and things, and just been there for me through this whole thing, because honestly, I'm strong because of you, and all the words of encouragement, the little things that all add up and help me on those days when I feel completely isolated and alone, and just feel like, you know, I'm dealing with this, and you know, I can't thank you guys enough. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. I hope to do these again. Hopefully, if this gives people information and you guys just want to talk and have any questions, I'm here. All right. So love you guys. Talk to you later.